Hi, this is Susan Broder from Speak Languages and Travel the World, your English teacher here to help you with your fluency. Now, today I'd like to talk to you about something very important. There are really a lot of free resources out on the web, and many learners think they have to go to lessons, whether online or follow a course, and rely on other people, on teachers, to teach them. In reality, it's not enough. You really, oh, I'm terribly sorry, but here my phone seems to not be, I'd like to get the noise off. I usually put it down and forgot. Okay, so what was I saying? Yes, so you need to take responsibility for your learning. It's just not enough to go to a course or to follow a book on your own without integrating. It's really, really important. And this integrating isn't just the normal homework that someone will give you. It means seeing language learning from a completely new perspective. It means integrating it into your daily life, changing the settings on your social networks. It means putting your computer and your phone also into English mode, and taking lots of other steps to improve your English in small ways. Now, there are lots of resources out there which are totally free, and unfortunately we all work, we have our families, we have our social life, so we can't really take enough advantage of them. But I'd like to, over the weeks, point out some which I find are exceptionally good. And one that I'd like to point out today regards reading books and audiobooks. So, of course, reading in another language takes time, it's difficult. And I personally discovered audiobooks when I was given some audio cassettes years ago, and I was just driving my car and I put them in the cassette player at that time. And I was absolutely amazed at how exciting it was. And actually, when I got to my destination, I didn't get out. I waited for the chapter to finish. I was just sitting there and listening, really excited. So I think this is a really good resource. And of course, there are lots of audiobooks out there for sale, but they're quite difficult. So what I wanted to show you was a website where you can download for free audiobooks with the actual book in various formats, and you can also, well, you can buy the unabridged version, but these are specifically for learning English, so they are abridged to certain levels. Let me see if I can share with you the pages where I can show you how it works. Let me see now. Okay, it's taking a while. So this is the actual website. Has it? Yes, sorry, my computer is a bit slow today. Okay, so the website called English eBooks, adapted ebooks, best choice to learn English. Download the ebooks for your device for free. So it's english-e-books.net/. And if you go on that, you can get to the website, and I'll now show you what you find on the website. Let me have a look here. Okay, so this is what the website looks like. You've got various levels: elementary, pre-intermediate, intermediate, upper intermediate, advanced. Now I've just made a screenshot of the advanced site, which doesn't have that many books in it. Let's say that upper intermediate downwards has a much richer choice of books. But as you can see here, there's a book, The Citadel. There's a very short description of the contents of the books. It tells you the total number of words, the total number of unique words. Why is this important? Because it tells you how many different words appear in the book. The more unique words appear, the more difficult it is. Now, if you look below, I don't know if it's very visible, it says, there's also words you might not know. I'd forgotten to open that. There's a little bit of vocabulary. However, there are download links in various formats: EPUB, MOBI, FB2, TF, I think, and TXT. So, of course, the nicest version is the EPUB, because that really looks like a book, but I'm not sure. I know that you can open them on Apple for sure. I'm not sure if you can open them on other formats. I think MOBI is for Kindle. So in any case, that's the nicest. And apart from a few books in the advanced section, they all have MP3 tracks that you can download. And here you can see MP3 39 tracks, because it's a pretty big book. Now, of course, there are not all the books. There are not all the books in the world. There are lots of classics, but not even all of them. But there are also some newer books. I wanted to share with you now an example of what the download looks like. So you can download the books. I've got Great Expectations here, and you see it says audiobook, and it's got each chapter separate, so you can put these on your phone and listen to them wherever you are. If you're going for a walk, if you're commuting, you can actually listen to them, or put them on a USB and put them in your car as well. And below you have, it says Great Expectations EPUB. I prefer this version, and that's why I had downloaded this one, but it's really the same. Now, I wonder if, I think I'd forgotten to, I wonder if this is shareable. I wanted to give you a couple of examples. And now, because I'm not quite proficient in sharing, I'm not sure if one can actually share the audio. So let me see what I was looking for. Yes, so I've decided to use the audio from a loudspeaker on a different, from my iPad practically, on a different device, so that we can just hear two examples of what kind of downloads there are. So these are all read by actors, and that makes a big difference, because there are lots of people out there who are volunteering to read books. So there's one website in particular which has a rich repertoire of audiobooks, but unfortunately most of the readers are not professional. And it's just not the same thing, unfortunately. I know they're being very kind and volunteering to read these books, but there's a huge difference between a professional who reads a book and someone who's not really very used to reading out loud. So here you can see there's chapter 9 of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And this was something I had started reading with some students of mine, and this one is particularly well done. I wanted you just to hear a little piece, because the actor changes voices, and there's also some background music to it. I do hope the audio doesn't, is the right level and not too loud. Let's just read this piece.
The battle. The Nautilus was quiet again. The only sound we could hear was the ship's engine. Captain Nemo stayed in his library. I didn't see him for several days. The same thing happened after the death of one of his men. I thought there was something.
Okay, now let me just go a bit further along.
All right, Ned, I'll do it. When?
Oh,
soon.
Sorry.
No.
I wanted to go a little bit further back so you could hear the various voices.
Ned Land could not wait any longer.
I want you to talk to the captain, Professor. Ask him if we can leave.
Now is not the time, Ned.
It is. If you don't speak to him, I'm going to do it myself.
All right, Ned. I'll do it.
What?
Okay, so this is an example of exciting reading, and I think that's very important for you. You can see here, yes, that it was really exciting to listen to. So you can do two things. You can listen and read, or you can just listen on your own without reading. But I would recommend occasionally also stopping it when you have time and you can have the text in front of you, and practically repeating with the same intonation as the reader has done, so you can practice the music of a language, which is also very important, because if you speak flat, it just doesn't sound natural. Natives tend to put a lot of musicality into the language. Okay, I wonder if I can actually find the other one I wanted you to listen to, because practically, let me see if I can open it, there are not only classics on this website, but for example, I wonder if I can share this, there are also more modern pieces. So, for example, you can see this, I hope this one is visible. Maybe I haven't shared it, just a moment, sorry. That's what I wanted to share. Has it come out? Yes, it has. Okay, I'll see if I can also find the relative audio to the first chapter of this one, just to give you a comparison. Now, of course, it doesn't appear. Terribly sorry, but I'm trying to see if I can get you to hear two different examples of here it was, okay, of actors reading and how important it is to have the right one.
Chapter 1. The Man with No Memory. Who's there? Who's in this room? Washburn went quietly to the bed. He did not want to make a sudden noise or movement that could cause his patient new psychological damage. The next few minutes would be as important as the surgery that he had performed on the man many times during the past month. "A friend," he said softly.
Okay, so I don't want to make it too long because this is something you can watch and listen to yourselves. I just wanted to give you some examples of how you can take charge of your own learning and improve without necessarily relying on others to tell you what to do. It would be very nice maybe at the weekend or when you have a little more time that you choose a book, you download the audio, and you choose the time you want to enjoy these audios, because listening is fundamental. Listening is the first step to learning to speak, and so it's really, really important. Okay, so I think I've given you enough input for this time. I've got plenty more resources that I'll recommend to you in future. And meanwhile, if you haven't already done so, please download my free fluency exercises for you to practice with. That's down in the description. That's where the link is. And if you haven't already subscribed, do subscribe, okay? All right then, see you again next time. Bye. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.